I just ran out of diesel. My car is sitting on a drive. My drive is on a slight hill. I just checked the parking brake, got it all working lovely, took the hub off, all that good stuff. I thought I'm just going to get the engine running just to keep it charged because it's been a bit of a miserable day. And I think I've got air in the system. It's a diesel, obviously, it's a 2.7, it's a Range Rover Sport. So let's try and break the problem down. I'm going to try and work out how you get the air out of the system. I could have got fuel crud in the filter now because I've gone right down and it might be blocked. Hopefully the relay should be good. I can't see why that would be an issue, but yeah, anyway, let's see what I can do, honestly.
Let's move on, 'cause it's time to move on. I never really know what's going on.
Start by taking this cover off.
Give me some time, it's like all you want to do is run.
So what I've heard is at the back there's a Schrader valve. He said it's near the filter, which is this little valve here. So I'm going to see if I can bleed it. Appreciate the subscribe, by the way. That's why I like doing these videos, to try and help other people avoid the same mistakes. First of all, I'm going to put the cap back on. You need to remove it to take the cover off, but the last thing I want to do is drop anything in there. So that's that one. Undo this little valve, basically like a tyre valve. And then I'm just going to, I've cranked the engine a few times, so I don't need to do that, but I'm just going to release some of the this air. Right, so I've cranked the engine. I'm just going to see if there's any air in this. Nothing. There's no fuel coming out. No fuel coming out at all. No, that's no good, is there? Nothing coming out. There should be fuel coming out of that. So looking at the relay for the fuel pump, it's this one here, number 8. I've just taken it out, and on the back of the on the relay here is showing as between pins 3 and 5 is where you want to bridge it. So grab yourself a little bit of wire, and in the same pin configuration, you just want to bridge it across, and you'll hear the pump, which is coming from the low side pressure pump. You can see a little spark there, and if you go to the back, I'll show you where that's going to be making a noise. So from your filler, you want to be listening just about down there, and if all else fails, what you can do, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but just underneath here, that's there, that is your fuel tank. A bit rusty, and if you give it a whack with a hammer, a rubber hammer, even though it's metal, the fuel tank's plastic, the pump sits literally just on the floor, and sometimes it's enough to kind of kick start it. If you're lucky enough to have a multimeter, put it on amps DC and then touch those two same pins, and you should get around about 5 amps. There we go. 5.8 amps on the DC. Fuel pump should be good. Let's get some of these codes cleared. I'm expecting loads. Let's start at the beginning. I'm going to go into the first of 1 of 20, which is, this is obviously Range Rover Sport, it's the L320. So diesel V6, hit enter on my old iCarSoft and read fault code. And I am seeing fuel pressure regulator, excessive variation. There's one of 4 faults. Pump A control circuit high, next one. Fuel rail system pressure low, too high. And no DTC description. Right, so go back, clear the fault memory, press F2, OK, erase done, F1 back. Let's read and see if they've all gone. Happy days, all gone, no faults found. Let's move on to the old next one there. Gearbox, don't expect anything to be on there because we weren't actually getting the car to run, but let's have a look at the fault codes. And oh, we've got a variable speed sensor A. Well, it's okay, let's clear that then. So go back, clear fault memory, F2 OK, erase done, F1 back, read fault code, and she's gone. Okay, good. Next, ABS, could be I've disconnected the battery, so we might well have faults on there. Read fault codes, none there. Okay, and we go back. SRS, let's have a look. Control module, and we got 1 of 1, so let's clear that. clear fault memory, F2 OK. Done. Done. Right, F1 back. Refault codes. No fault codes found. That's what we like to hear and see. IP instrument pack. I'm going to go and do each one because sometimes they're a bit obtuse. You don't quite know exactly which one does what in terms of the menu, so it's best just to go into them all. Lost communication with transfer case control module. Well, I've disconnected the battery, so that's always something that can cause faults. Let's clear the fault memory and F2 OK. We go back, refault codes, done, none there. Next, heating and ventilation control. Let's go into that one. Refault codes. Front foot defrost mods stepper actuator. All right, okay, it's got a stepper motor. Right, so let's go and clear that. Okay, done. And then we go into the next one, parking assist. Don't think there's going to be issues. It was working fine just now when I came down the drive. Refault codes, internal control module software incompatibility. We've got 1 of 1. All right, well let's clear it. And F2 OK. F1 back and back again. Parking brake. Now I had to just take the hub off and fix it, so I've done that. Let's have a look. Oh, in fact, go back. Let's read it first. Lost communication. Okay, right. Let's clear the fault memory. Press F2. OK. Done. Back. Refault codes. No fault codes found. Oh yeah. Air suspension. Oh no, sorry. Let's read it first. Invalid data received from vehicle dynamics. Clear fault memory. F2 OK. And our raise is done. Go back, keep going. All terrain. Refault codes. Invalid data received from engine control module. Clear the fault memory. F2 OK. Done. Audio amplifier module. Well, let's do the stereo now. Let's have a little look. Bus still active after shutdown request. Okay, well, let's clear that. F2 OK. Done. Refault codes. No fault codes found. What are we on now? God, 13 of 20. Auxiliary heater control unit. So that's going to be for the coil packs, isn't it? Let's have a look. Read fault codes. Oh, none there. That's good. Body control module. Read fault codes. Driver's seat, rear control pad. Okay, well, not too bothered about that. I'll try and clear the memory. I know that there's an issue with my driver's seat. It works, but I keep getting these codes. Mainly to do with the heater, but it doesn't want to clear it. I've tried this before. Yeah, failed to complete codes. Okay, let's move on. Telephone, I'm not going to bother with that. Front entertainment control module, all looks good to me. Steering angle sensor, let's go into that just to see. Internal control module software incompatibility. Clear fault memory, F2 OK, erase done. And we're getting there now. Transfer case control module. Enter on that one. Refault codes. System voltage low. Well, the battery was low, so yeah, it'll clear probably automatic if I left it, but I'm going to clear it anyway. And that's it done. And we've got the last one now. Transfer message channel module. Did I just do that one? Refault codes. Nothing there. And the last one is the vehicle dynamics. Refault codes. Nothing there. Had to get the old Mercedes to get the juice to the old Range Rover because I'm running short on electricity. But look what's happened. I have just put in some more fuel. I've put in about 50 pounds worth of diesel, and look, I'm getting fuel through the old Schrader valve now. I'm quite excited. This one here is a relay. We tested that. I've also bridged it across, and it's now, I can hear the pump gurgling away. This one I've worked out is the fuse, so check that as well, gave it a good clean. So I'm just trying to get some power back in this battery. I'm going to go and try and start it now. Oh my god, fingers crossed, here we go. Oh, I've got no power. I need power, I need power. Come on, charge baby, charge. What are we sitting at? 11.3, that's not good. We need more power. How good am I? She starts. Oh, she's all working. She's working beautifully. So, lessons learned. If you ever run out of fuel and the car isn't on the flat and it's got a slight incline, especially if it's pointing downhill, you don't need to put just a little bit more fuel in. You need to put a ton of fuel in. So I put in originally one 5-litre container, which, you know, it's what you normally get if you run out of fuel at a petrol station. I then thought maybe I should get some more. I've run out of fuel before, and one 5-litre container has been enough. But when I ran out of fuel before, it was flat. This was on a slight incline. So in total, I put in 7. So it was roughly about £7-8 to fill. So you're looking at what, 56, call it 60 quid worth of diesel, which in the UK, it's near enough half a tank. Well, maybe not that, maybe a third of a tank. In the US, that 60 quid is probably going to cost you about, what, 10 bucks, because it's well cheap for you out there. But no, if you are finding that you run out of fuel, before you think that the pump is actually sucked up a whole load of dirt, it's not working, stick in at least half a tank's worth of fuel. Then start having a look at that Schrader valve, making sure that it comes back through. The Schrader valve is just basically like a tyre valve. You push it down, the air releases, and when you start seeing fuel, that's all good. That's what you want. You want to see the fuel so there's no air in the system. So do that first, but just put some decent amount of fuel in it, half a tank, and now she's all working beautifully, and I can relax. Just got to charge up this battery a bit, so I'm taking it for a little test drive. And so far, it's all good. Thanks for subscribing, by the way. See you on the next one.
Sometimes I feel